Hello there, common sense voters. Thanks for joining me. I'd like to talk to you about the NHS. As I was saying to Dr. Patel's receptionist, Svetlana, only last week, the NHS has been overwhelmed by immigrants. Yeah. The common sense solution is simple. Only people who can sing the words to the Dad's Army theme tune will be entitled to care. FUKP. Pledging to tell you the things we reckon you want to hear about the NHS.
With less than 6 weeks to go until the general election, the battle for power was on.
It's only the Conservatives that are clear about sticking to the plan.
I hope our manifesto is inspiring, because I think it is inspiring.
With all the major parties jostling to get their manifestos and pledges heard in the media.
I genuinely believe that what has been produced here is a first-class piece of work, which I've read, absorbed and understood.
The Pub Landlord was standing for Parliament in the seat of South Thanet. I joined his campaign manager, Matt Ford, at Ramsgate Harbour to find out how their policies were being received locally.
1p a pint.
Yeah, I suppose.
I don't drink beer. Wine?
Brick up the Channel Tunnel.
Yeah, because my other half works for P&O Ferries.
Revalue the pound to £1.10, put an extra 10p in your pocket.
That's a good idea, I suppose, for people who's on wages, minimum wages and things like that. And, yeah.
Free dogs?
Free dogs? What?
Just free dogs.
Free dogs?
Yeah, free dogs.
As in
dogs
free dogs for free dogs, or free dogs that are in captivity?
Dogs for you that you don't have to pay for, that you can just have.
No, I don't do dogs.
What animal would you like?
Probably a budgie.
Free budgie?
Yeah.
Thanks for your time.
No worries, cheers.
Very
Thank you
informative,
very much.
thank you. Cheers, mate.
Thank you.
Not at all, pleasure.
See you later, bye.
Genuinely positive. The goodwill is there. You saw it written across that lovely woman's face. What I got there was a sense of sort of cautious optimism.
Matt wasn't the only one feeling optimistic. The Guardian had published a poll taken in South Thanet, which showed the landlord making some headway.
In the lead is Mr Farage with 38.6%, very strong. Right, Labour on 27.6, Tories in third with 26.6, nothing between them two. Who's this? Me! 1.4%. That's not bad, is it?
Are you happy with that?
Well, yeah, I'm nearly caught up with the Liberals. They're the government. Liberal Democrats are in government.
And what are they?
I'm just 2%. They're 2%. I'm 1.4. I'm only 0.6% behind the Liberals. I'm neck and neck with the government, with the Deputy Prime Minister. My tiny acorn, right there. Yeah. Eat my acorn, UKIP.
The Gov was attracting a surprising level of support for a political newcomer.
Do my bit for the community.
I wondered if this might grow to a point where he could actually influence the outcome of the election.
Right.
Nigel Farage clearly felt rattled, and during a hard-hitting interview with the BBC's Andrew Marr, he staked his entire political future on the South Thanet result.
It's perfectly clear that you are at least a little uneasy about your chances of taking Thanet South, and one of the people you're up against is Al Murray.
What I've said about Thanet South is that as leader of the party, if I don't succeed, then clearly the party will seek somebody else.
The UKIP leader seized this high-profile opportunity to try and undermine his rival's candidacy.
When he turns up in South Thanet, it seemed to be very patronising to ordinary, decent working people. I don't think he'll get many votes. Thanet South will be a fiercely contested election. Labour are trying hard, the Conservatives are trying hard, we're trying hard. I believe that I will win.
Look at Mr Farage. Look at him more closely, if you will. French name. What's his game? What's going on? Well, I think it's obvious. I think it's actually staring us all in the face, or he's hiding in plain sight. You know that expression? The man is a sleeper agent working for the French government. In his loft every night, di to France, like that. Now, you probably think there's no evidence for any of this, but have you ever heard him speak French? No, of course not, because it would blow his cover.
Oh, you muppet.
I'd been filming with the Gov for just over a month.
I'm busy!
But I still didn't feel like I understood the man behind the maroon blazer.
If you want to know where someone's going, you've got to know where they come from in the first place.
What were the experiences that had shaped his political outlook?
It's like a metaphor for life, being a pub landlord, isn't it? People come and go in and out of your life. have good times with them, you have bad times with them, you have to make the ploughman's lunches in a rush.
He was returning to his hometown of Watford for the first time in 30 years, and he'd agreed to let me join him.
Yeah, he said the Free UK Party. Did you hear that? It's beautiful, isn't it? To feel the message ring out across Britain is a truly beautiful thing.
We were heading to the place where it all began. The pub previously owned by his parents and his childhood home.
Here we are.
Has it changed a lot?
This is Brussels. Well, it's the council, but they'll be doing it because, you know, orders from Strasbourg or somewhere. You can drink here, but you can't drink there. This side, I'm a maverick. This side, I'm just another sheep. You see that window up there? Right, that's my bedroom when I was a boy. And bar around the corner of the bar, there used to be a pool table. I was born upon that pool table.
You were born on the pool table?
Yeah, around about 1 o'clock, lunchtime. Oh, there it is. Right. Look. It's not the same table, obviously. Or if it is, they've had it dry cleaned. The pool table's the only flat surface in the pub that was clean. Well, ish. Climbed up onto the pool table. Fired me out. I knocked the black ball, put the black. It's bad luck. That's what Mum always used to say. And then.
What did your mum used to say?
It's bad luck if you put the black. She's always said I was bad luck. But that's, you know, it's by the by.
That's not hurt. That wasn't hurtful going up here.
No, she's been humorous. Bit of a robust humour. That's the problem. We live in a cotton wool, mollycoddled age, don't we? Where, you know, kid falls over. You right, Timmy? Get up. Rather than get up, for Christ's sake. What's wrong with you? That's a, you know, we need a bit more of that, don't we?
And how did your mum recover?
She got back up and got on with it.
That very day.
Yeah. Oh, you know, we were made of sterner stuff in this country back then. If I get in and we have. You know, I'm in charge of education. Obviously, we're going to have kids failing exams. I think it's very important that kids learn about failing. I mean, life is a series of endless, relentless, grinding disappointments, and the sooner you realise that, the better. Can I just have a look at your picture board? Blimey, look at that. Look, you see? Can you see that? So that's
Hold on, so that's your...
Yeah, that's Uncle Barry.
Oh, that's not your dad?
No, that's Uncle Barry. That's my dad. Uncle Barry's always round helping out. Him and my mum were really good mates. And especially if my dad wasn't around, if my dad had gone out to the cash and carry or something, Uncle Barry would be here. And often, Uncle Barry and Mum would be upstairs, right? And you'd hear them laughing and stuff. It was a great bloke.
Does look like you? Did anyone...
He does look like me, my Uncle Barry, but it's my Uncle Barry.
The Gov's memories of a life raised in the pub were drawing me closer to understanding what was at the heart of his unique political outlook.
The one lesson the pub offers us for politics is this. In this room, all men and all women are equal. The pub predates Parliament in that respect. I mean, you look at Parliament is a load of people in ill-fitting suits, really drunk, late at night, shouting at each other about politics. It's a lock-in. The pub is the cradle of democracy. This place is a gift to me.
The pub had literally given birth to the Gov.
Right, boys.
And he embodied its spirit. Brash, bold, and occasionally bawdy.
You watch it, cheeky.
But would these characteristics help or hinder a modern politician? Keen to put the Gov's campaign on a more professional footing, political advisor Matt Ford's next move was to relocate party headquarters to Ramsgate, right in the heart of the constituency.
You need a high street presence, high visibility, people can walk past, people can pop in, talk about the issues. But this is going to be a nerve centre.
Can I go in?
Absolutely, after you, boss.
Oh, I don't believe it. Fantastic.
Do you want to take the plastic off these?
No, we leave the plastic on.
But you can't set them there.
Well, no, we can. We take them back when we're done. You got the receipt, haven't you? Hang on a minute, are those mini Post-its?
Yes, good to have
you. Come on. Hey, oi. Party started. You never see Tony Blair do this, would you? Mini Post-its. Come on, you've got to have a bit of fun. You've got to have a bit of office banter, haven't you?
Yeah.
You've got to have a bit of office banter.
In the office, Never make it cock-related. Can we just have a rule on this campaign that you do not refer to, stick anything to, or joke about your cock?
I mean, if I do a little bit of mini post-it office cock-related banter, then that's who I am. So it can't all be like EU fishing quotas day in, day out, can it?
Nationally, slick media management was the order of the day.
Politicians have taken to appearing in high-vis jackets
to ensure their central economic message was hammered home.
With all the major parties competing to deliver succinct, well-rehearsed soundbites.
Putting up taxes, wrecking the recovery and costing jobs.
We've listened, we've learned, and we've changed.
Serious gaffes had been few and far between, but were eagerly seized on by a hungry press pack.
Of course, I'd rather you supported West Ham. I'm a Villa fan. I don't know what happened to me. I must be overcome by something.
You must remember watching the European Cup final as a kid.
I do. That's why I became a Villa fan. I'm not doing quiz time because I'll get them all wrong.
In front of the media, it felt like the Gov was an accident waiting to happen.
We were talking earlier about posh loo paper. Yeah. Because they're saying you can tell when the economy is apparently on the up because we start splashing the cash a little bit more. Are you a quilted man?
No, I'm all for the old tracing paper approach. So you can, check what you've been up to.
Tomorrow, the Gov would need to be on top form. It would be a key day in the campaign, delivering his nomination papers to Thanet Council. Matt expected a high media turnout and was taking no chances. He thought some basic media training might help the Gov avoid any slip-ups in front of the press.
What I'm about to do isn't my opinion.
Right.
It's how some people who aren't on your side, unlike me, may treat you. Imagine these cameras are the eyes of Emily Maitlis.
Okay.
Your policy on bricking up the Channel Tunnel is just racist, isn't it?
What?
Your policy to brick up the Channel Tunnel is racist.
No. You can't bring the racist into it in a matter of civil engineering, darling.
No, but this is about your attitudes to foreigners, isn't it?
No, it's about bricking up the Channel Tunnel, sweetheart. You ask me a question about the Channel Tunnel, and I'll answer it, princess. That's how it goes.
You can't call interviewers princess.
I want to charm her.
But the way to charm her is to give decent answers, not with sort of pub chat-up lines.
Oh, OK. All right.
Let's move on to something else.
All right.
You want to bring in free dogs?
Yeah.
Not a single animal charity supports this measure. The Dogs Trust said it was wildly irresponsible.
Yeah, but the Dogs Trust would say that, wouldn't they?
The Commission for Cat Equality said it was an international
Yeah,
disgrace.
but they're
sue you under the
Commission
Human
for
Rights
Cat
Act.
Equality are
Don't swear on losing.
All right.
Don't swear in any interview. Find down the pub, you're public property now, you have to be very, very mature.
Even in front of me, Matt was struggling to keep a brave face.
Is he a bit of a liability?
I don't think that's the right word. What's definitely true is selling him as a serious prospect here is difficult.
With 4 weeks until the election, registration day had arrived. Matt's media strategy for the Gov was to present him as a no-nonsense solution to a political crisis.
What a marvellous turnout.
Down here, the little one here, that's the one.
Fantastic. I'm here because there's a national political emergency going on and you called for the fire brigade. So, here we go. It's going to get some courage on board.
Down right in the middle.
Look at that. A perfectly poured pint of beautiful British beer here in Margate. Thank you very much. All right, Esquire. Hello, madam. I have in my hand a piece of paper. Actually, the last time someone said that in British politics, he got us majorly in the shit. That's it from me. I've got to go in. I've got to get on with it. Fabulous. Thank you.
So you're happy with how that went?
Oh, excellent. Couldn't have gone better. And this encapsulates his personality. Fire engine, serious, beer, fun.
The day had got off to a good start, and the Gov had managed to stay on message.
What's your name?
Karen.
Nice to meet you, Karen.
And you too.
You know, this is the first challenge that he's overcome. A lot of people, and I think it's a credibility challenge. I think a lot of people thought perhaps that he wasn't serious about this. He's proven today that he is.
This is the future of mobile booze dispersal.
But as the day unfolded, I sensed Matt's growing concern.
I'm not one of these politicians who can make a load of promises and then not keep them. I'm honest about the fact I won't keep them in the first place. That's what we need in this country, honesty. Can't argue with that logic, can you, love?
Do you think the promises you can't keep line's okay in public?
I didn't hear him say that.
Things didn't improve around the general public.
Well, you know, there's all these Germans here. It's making me nervous, isn't it?
Why would it make you edgy?
Well, I can't understand what anyone's saying. I want to pry into their conversations. That's the basic problem when everyone's talking in a different language to you. You can't tell what they're talking about. You can't have a good old listen.
You know, that's a metaphor for what's going on with Britain, is that the political class are talking a different language and the people simply don't understand what they're talking about.
God, you're worth every penny, mate. That was gold dust.
Well, that's what you meant by it. And
yeah, it is what I meant by it, yeah.
Is it?
God,
Are you sure?
I don't know, but that sounded a lot better than what I said, didn't it?
I just worry about the way the campaign's going, you know.
With little more than a fortnight to go,
But at times it's great, at times it's a
cracks were beginning to appear.
idiot. Why did you come into politics?
Oh, destiny.
Shall I tell you why I came into politics?
Why?
Because I cared about the world, and I thought the world was unfair, and I wanted to make genuine changes for people who didn't have a voice themselves, right?
You listen to Gandhi.
I sit there and I think, you know what? You don't need a campaign manager or a spin doctor. You need a psychiatrist. Please don't share that.